In today's BeamNG video, we go to a very shady looking used car dealership where we find the old mom and pop wagon which has been sitting for many years, then take it down the road for a little bit of a hoon, but of course not before taking it for a nice little relaxing ride through town and getting into a little bit of a fender bender and doing the right thing and exchanging insurance information before finishing up on the highway doing a top speed run at 110 miles an hour and yes, of course, getting into some more trouble. So stay tuned and on with the show. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is BeamNG.drive and today I thought I would take a look at a few different mods in the game. Now I got a hot tip off from one of you, thanks very much, recently about the Bruckell Moonhawk and the old wagon mod which was recently re-released, version 2.51, and you'll find that in the description if you want to check out that mod. This is actually the wagon that we're going to be looking at today, and the version of the wagon that we're going to be looking at here at Sly Sam's Used Cars is basically an old mom and pop beach wagon or surfing wagon, and I'm not sure what condition it's in, but we'll be able to tell that in just a moment. I'm based here at the Colinilas de Vapor map, I think it is. It's a overhaul of an existing map anyway, and I'll put that in the description if you want to check it out. You can see here that this sign looks like it's been painted over quite a few times, and this is a nice looking and sounding vehicle, isn't it? Yeah, unfortunately we won't be driving anything like that today. What we're looking at is this lovely old little wagon that's been sitting here God knows for how long. But I think it's seen better days, and I've got the tip off that we could check this out today at Sly Sam's dealership. And you can see that it's a little bit worse for wear. There's quite a bit of rust on this old wagon, and the tires aren't really looking in great shape either. They look like they're quite flat. But in any case, we'll see if we can take this for a little bit of a test drive today, this old Moonhawk. Now I did say, well, it looks like that little tailgate hatch there is not working unless I'm not doing it right. But yes, this is a mod version of the existing Bruckell Moonhawk Sedan. It's been released in wagon form, and that was only recently re-released, version 2.5.1 on the forums. Like I said, check out the description for the link. You can see here that this comes with the big old V8 as well. And just having a look on the other side of the vehicle, yeah, there is quite a bit of rust here and there, but the engine itself actually looks like it's in fairly good nick, I'd say, but we won't know till we get this thing rolling down the highway and just see how we go with it. So that's the whole point of doing this test drive today, and we'll see if this thing can hold up to a little bit of a high-speed run down the highway. This map is really good too because it's got a nice highway section which is an 80-mile-an-hour limit, which is actually quite fast in the old money. So interior of this thing looks actually in good condition. I guess that's what happens when it's owned by a bunch of elderly people. Okay, so let's jump inside here. I really can't get over how clean these seats are actually. I am using my Logitech G27 wheel, pedal and shifter combo here. That's how I'm shifting gears. This is a stick, as you can see, obviously 4-speed manual, and I've got the pedals hooked up as well. So I've got the accelerator, brake and clutch. And the park brake is just on that far left pedal there, as you can see. Full analog control, 900-degree wheel control today as well as usual. So it should be interesting to see how this rolls down the road. Looks like we've got a electric window release as well for the tailgate. That's awesome. Window winder. We'll leave the window down, I think. Why not get a little bit of air going? Now, well, let's get the electrics turned on. Okay, I just want to see that the ignition works. Looks like we've got a bit of low fuel here as well, but the indicators seem to be working okay, so that's good. Yep, all looking good here. Headlights are working, high beams, I think. Yep, the brights are working, as they're called over in the US. Okay, alright, well we'll go ahead and start this thing up and just see. Okay, she springs into life and seems to be idling okay. What I'm going to do is we'll close up here and we'll go for a little drive down into town, and from there I think we'll check out some of the historic sites around town as well, and I think we'll join the highway after that and do a little bit of a high-speed run. Hopefully it's warmed up by then. So it's actually quite cold at the moment if you look at the temperature gauge, so I'm just going to take it easy. And you can see there's a cool little gear selector indicator as well that these Bruckells have, so that's very cool indeed. Okay. Alright, put it into first and slowly let off the clutch. Just testing out the throttle here. Throttle response. Yep, okay. So clutch action's very nice. Haven't stalled it, which is good. First gear, and out of Sly Sam's dealership we go down the road. I'm just gonna shift here nice and gently for the time being whilst the engine warms up. It's a big old V8. It's gonna take time for that coolant to circulate, that's for sure. We'll just go one step on the headlights there as we roll on down the road here. And looks like we've got a 50-mile-an-hour limit here, so that's fairly reasonable. We'll take her up to 50. And fairly effortless, I must say. Rolls along the road quite nicely. I think the alignment is a little bit off because I'm having to skew the steering wheel a little bit just to keep this thing going straight. Or maybe that's because of the tire pressures. That might be a bit low, not too sure, but seems to be rolling along quite well so far. Engine is still very much cold, according to the indicator at least. 4-speed manual. What we'll do is we'll hang a left up here and we'll check out some of the sights around town. We do have a few little places that we can check out here. So we'll just hang a left here. Here's a stop sign, so we should stop. Okay, so on the right hand side looks like we've got the door store, we've got a superstore of some description, a law firm. We've got a tow truck hanging out here, just chilling, which is always handy. We've got some places for sale. Oh, on the right hand side here we've got as well the liquor well, which is pretty much one of the staples of a place like this, isn't it? You've got to have that old pub or bar. And looks like we've got what looks like might be a diner and a charging station. Got my eye on this guy. Hopefully he's not going to pull out. No! This is meant to be a test drive. I'm not meant to run into anyone and cause any trouble today. He's just... I can see him in the rear view mirror. He's chilling. Let's reverse and exchange some insurance information, shall we? He's just waiting patiently here for me to back up. I'm not going to do a hit and run. That's not nice. Okay, there you go. You have exchanged insurance information according to the message at the top left of the screen there. Excellent. Okay, well, I think what we'll do here is, this is definitely unscheduled and unscripted. This was not my plan today. I just wanted to take this thing for a little bit of a test drive, but unfortunately, in BeamNG, these things can happen. Now I'm just having a look at the old damage report here on our wagon, and this thing, I must say, is built like a tank, and it really hasn't been damaged at all from that encounter. Whereas this guy here, well, let's just say I wouldn't want to be him right now. So sorry about that, mate. That was completely unintentional, but to be fair, he pulled out and I was on the main road, so he's in the wrong here. And thankfully, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this pepper grinder's place. But anyway, I'm going to do a U-turn here now, and we're going to head off down the road a little bit more and check out, I think there's a historic town site around here. So I wanted to check that out just whilst we do this test drive today. That tire is looking really low, isn't it? Okay, well, let's continue on our little journey today. So let's indicate it's the right thing to do. And we'll do a bit of a U-turn. There's no one coming, so that's good. Don't want any more trouble today. Really don't. What can I tell you, mate? Right. We'll head on down back the way we came. Looks like on the right-hand side we've got our gasoline station, which is always good. And diesel. This looks like a motel kind of complex here, I think. Oh, just keep it on the right side of the road. More places for sale here. And looks like we've got the Desert Inn, which is another motel, I guess, complex. Interesting. Got a stop sign coming up here. So I'll do the right thing and stop in just a second. Looks like this is like some sort of convention center on the right. Not too sure what that is. But anyway, we'll stop the car here. There's no one coming. And the engine is kind of warmed up actually. So a quiet road like this. And now that the engine's warmed up, I think it's a good opportunity to lay some rubber. So let's do that, shall we? And just test this thing out. First gear, clutch in, and release. Nice. Okay, well, it looks like it's a single spinner. Oops, kind of grinded second there a little bit. Caused a little bit of synchromesh damage. We'll just see how fast this thing can go, shall we? Up to 70 miles an hour already. It really does have some go in it, I must say. 80 miles an hour, 85, almost 90 miles an hour, and it's nice and toasty now on the temperature gauge. Okay, let's kick things down a notch here. Silverton Historic Town Site. Look at that. That's interesting. Looks like we've got a bit of a parking area on the left if you want to stop as well and just have a little bit of a mosey around the ruins. We don't really have much time for that today because we're doing a test drive, so we really shouldn't be hanging around too much. We don't have much fuel either, so now that we've done this, I am going to just kick down a little bit more and just see what this thing is capable of on some of these curvy stretches of highway, I guess. Still in third gear. I must say the temperature is kicking up quite a bit here though. Revving it out to 5,000 RPM. I might have to slow down here actually. We'll just overtake here unceremoniously over the double line as you do. It's a double line everywhere around here. Now it looks like we might have a T-junction coming up, so let's test out the brakes at 90 miles an hour. Brake, 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 brake. That's actually pretty good. That wasn't full braking. This thing does not have ABS, so if I went full brakes I would have locked the wheels up for sure. The engine really sounds healthy, I must say. No issues here so far, at least. Oh, that doesn't get old, does it? Good old single spinner, no limited slip here. Just a good old V8 and stick shift. Okay, well, this is the part where we can really put this thing to the test. So we'll hang a left here and we'll just testing out the cornering capabilities there. Quite a bit of understeer. 80 miles an hour limit, so let's go. Up to 60 already. Still in second, and to third, and 70 miles an hour. Up to 80, still in third. 5,000 RPM is about the limit on this thing. Yep, 90 miles an hour. Oh, yep, 5,000 RPM. Just over 90. Ooh, okay. Tried to grab fourth there and kind of missed the shift. Okay, 90 miles an hour. On the highway, it's an 80 mile an hour limit around here, so the 90 miles an hour is not too bad. The temperature gauge is really creeping over. I'm really worried about this thing right now. I hope we are not going to end up in trouble today, because the last thing I need is for this thing to break down on me. I've got the foot flat to the floor at the moment, and we're just doing over 4,000 RPM and just coming up to 110 miles an hour. So this thing can really get moving. Just avoiding traffic here. There's only a small amount of traffic today, which is good. I think we might be overheating though, from what I'm seeing here. That's interesting. I do have the throttle wide open, so I'm just trying to do a little bit of a top speed test here. Trying to get it to 110 miles an hour. Come on! So close, so close, so close. Oh no. Oh no. I think we've sustained some engine damage here. I'm losing a bit of power. This is not good. I'm gonna pull over and see just what's going on here. I can see a lot of smoke in the rear view mirror, so this is not a good sign indeed. Oh no, this is not good at all. Maybe I should have let off the gas earlier. I'm gonna leave it running for the moment. Maybe that will help cool it down. what I'll do is I'll just open the hood here and see what's going on. Hopefully I've pulled off the highway enough. I think we're okay. Okay, definitely in trouble here. This is not what we want, is it? I just noticed there's a bit of a panel gap here as well. I didn't hit anything. Oh, actually I did hit that guy, I just realized, of course. And I didn't check the other side. That's the side of the impact. Anyway, never mind. Got bigger problems on our hands now. Sly Sam's old wagon, which I haven't even purchased yet, is really proving to be a little bit of an issue here. To be fair, I did kind of push this thing pretty hard, but I can see there the coolant temperature needle is basically pinned right against the hot mark. I'm going to turn the engine off here because I'm not convinced that letting this thing idle is going to cool it down. Now in BeamNG you can get some really detailed readouts of all the cylinder wall temperatures and coolant temps and all sorts of metrics, but I'm not going to bother with that today. What I'm going to do, I think, is we're going to have to call that tow truck because the day is getting on as well. I tried to move the wagon further down the road, but the engine locked up on me. Okay, tow truck's here and basically ready to go. I'm going to back up and I'm going to be doing the towing today. So this is the DS Wheel Lift Transporter version 1, which I've gotten off the forums. And I'll put a link to this below as well if you want to check it out. It is definitely not straightforward using this tow truck, or wrecker as they might be called, to hook into the front wheels of your vehicle. And I think it really helps if you don't have low profile tires. So I think hopefully we should be okay today, but you really have to get this towing bar positioned just right and contacting both tires at the same time, because there's a pivot in the middle if you don't do that and it will rotate. Okay, I think basically in position here. I'm gonna hit Shift N for Nelly, and that will activate the experimental wheel lockers, which will hopefully hold these tires in place on the bar. And then basically I just hit the Y and G keys to move the towing frame up and down there as needed, and it looks like we are away and moving. So obviously make sure that your towed vehicle is in neutral with the handbrake off, because otherwise you're really going to be making yourself have a hard time, I would suggest. So off we go. I've got the lights on the old wagon just for a bit of visibility, seeing as we are at the end of the day here. And just taking it easy as we leave this off ramp. Seem to be going okay so far. What I'm going to do is hang a left here, and then it's just going to be a straight run directly towards the dealership and just wait till Sly Sam hears about this. So you can see I'm really going easy on the throttle here in this old tow truck. I really don't want to upset the connection between this tow truck and the old wagon that's behind us, the stricken wagon. I should have known, I guess, trying to take an old wagon, a mom and pop wagon, out onto the highway and just giving it full throttle like that for minutes on end was, yeah, should have known that was going to end in tragedy. But here we go. Over this hill, and then shortly we'll be at the township once again, and then just roll through, and then we'll be at the dealership shortly after that. So not too long now to go. This tow truck really seems to be rolling along nicely as well. It's like a 30 limit here. Should just slow things down slightly as we go over the rail line. Oof. I'm just watching the rear view mirror there, and it's really... here's the Silverton Historic Town Site. That car is really bobbing up and down in the rear view mirror, I must say. I'm just gonna... hang on, let's just hop out here for a sec. Just want to make sure that we are not in trouble. These tires are really just on the edge of the frame there, as you can see. Yep, okay. But There's a bit of tire deformation going on there, but I think it's nicely seated for the most part. It should be okay for the rest of the trip, which is only literally just about a minute or two down the road anyway. So let's get back inside and deliver this thing, this old wagon, back to Sly Sam's, shall we? Nice and easy does it. Oh, let's put it in drive first, that always helps. There's that convention center I mentioned earlier in the video, so just passing that. Got someone behind us now. Transmission seems to be wanting to shift up quite aggressively. Just trying to get a little bit of power out of this thing, but not too much. 50 miles an hour is the limit around here, and just hardly doing 30 at the moment. Just trying to get this thing moving just a bit quicker if we can. But I am going easy on the throttle all the same. I don't want to go all out and cause trouble. Last thing I want is this wagon working its way free. Just trying to crest this hill now. The last real hill before the sales place. There we go. Now there's a bit of a bump just as we approach this overpass in just a second, and I'm a bit worried about that because it's going to upset the balance just a bit. 40 mile an hour limit. We're just doing over 40 now as we have worked our way down the hill. We've picked up a bit of speed. Here comes the bump. Ooh, okay. Still attached. Very good, very good. Now there is this faint squealing sound going on. I don't know where it's coming from. Sounds like the brakes are on somewhere, either the front or the back. Okay, back to Sly Sam's we go. This was certainly an eventful day, wasn't it? I'm just going to pull in here on the right, and I'm going to go beyond the hard stand with this tow truck so that the wagon is more or less just at the edge of the hard stand, I guess. Ooh, looks like we've got some sort of open wheeler there under the covers, some sort of racer. Just want to leave this wagon right on the edge of the hard stand if I can. Yeah, some sort of squealing noise which has just stopped as I've stopped the vehicle, so the brakes on either the wagon or the tow truck, not sure. But we've made it, and I think I've taken the wagon a little bit too far as well. It's just over the hard stand there. It's kind of in the gravel, but anyway, whatever. I'd say this wagon's ready for the wrecker anyway. So what I'm going to do is just hop inside, apply the brakes, turn off the electrics and headlights. Just bear with me a sec as I get inside here. So electrics off, park brake on, put it into gear. There we go. She ain't going anywhere now. Electrics are all off. Looks like the tailgate window might be open though, but meh, whatever. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and lower this thing down, and then hopefully I can extricate my tow truck from this old wagon. Shift N a few times. I think when the strobe lights are off on the tow truck, that's when it's disconnected. Come on, let me go. Okay, excellent. That's what we want. Right, okay, well, I think that tow truck's actually worked okay. And I think it really helps if your tire sidewall on the vehicle that you're towing is a little bit thicker than normal. If you've got low profile tires, it's probably not going to work too well, I think, from what I've read. But yes, it went okay today, and unfortunately this mom and pop wagon, I should have known better, shouldn't I, before I tried to take it on the highway and try and push it to 110 miles an hour for minutes on end. I really should have backed off the throttle when I saw the temperature gauge just go into hot as well, but I just wanted to see just how fast this thing could go. Unfortunately, I learned my lesson, and now this thing is out of commission, so that's a bit of a shame, but this old mom and pop wagon could be a bit of fun in BeamNG if you want to give it a go. Like I said, I'm going to put all of the mods that I've used in today's video as links in the description. I didn't make any of them, so just so you know, I just downloaded them and made a video out of them. So hopefully you enjoyed. That tow truck mod is actually pretty cool as well. I think I'll hang on to that one. But yes, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a comment below just letting me know what you thought of the video and what you may want to see in the future. There's been quite a few changes to BeamNG lately, so there's been a recent update as well, 0.32, that's just come out with a whole bunch of fixes and new bits and pieces too. So maybe I'll cover a little bit more on that in the future as well. But yes, until then, I'll catch you all in the next one.